Hola, buen dia. It's me, Peppermint. And when I'm not on RuPaul's Drag Race or simply being New York City's sweetest diva, I'm tuned into the fabulously empowering Bayard Rustin Center for Social Justice Power Hour, coming to you every weeknight at 7 p.m. live from our good old friends at the BRCSJ Virtual HQ via their Facebook page. Tune in tonight.
Need in every community a group of angelic troublemakers.
Social justice, power hour, power hour, power hour. Social justice, power hour, power hour, power hour.
Good evening to our friends on the East Coast, good afternoon to our friends in the West, and good in-between time to our friends in the in-between spaces. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the Social Justice Power Hour. Welcome to the virtual headquarters of the Bayard Rustin Center for Social Justice. My name is Robert Sayers-Schreiber, and I want to introduce you to a good friend of mine and my co-host for this evening, the hostess with the mostest, Haley.
Hi, everyone.
So I have like hot news right off the skillet. Right now, like seriously, you don't even know. Like as I was talking at everybody, Jill Sobule, our old friend, one of our co-hosts for Virtual Pride, just messaged me, popped up in the corner of my screen.
Yeah.
Sam Sparrow is going to be at Virtual Pride with us.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
awesome. That's
Sam
awesome.
Sparrow, incredible singer, incredible musician. This is exciting.
That is awesome.
Things are going to start happening to me now. All right.
They were happening to you. They were happening.
So welcome, everybody. Welcome to the Social Justice Power Hour. We've been doing this live every weeknight since the pandemic freaking started. We haven't missed one night. That's insane.
You need a break.
We've done like 300 some odd shows, many of them very odd indeed. And we're thrilled that you're here with us tonight. Tonight is special. We're doing our open and out mic night. This is one of the things we've done almost every month since we've started the Power Hour. We've done a regular virtual stage for our LGBTQIA, our friends, our allies, our family, to bring their talents or lack thereof to our virtual stage. Mostly, we're very, very lucky that way, as you'll see tonight. Because tonight we're doing what?
We're doing a little flashback.
Flashback Friday, as the kids say, right?
Try not to flash anyone, just the flashbacks.
I'm saying nothing. So what we're doing tonight is we thought we would look back at the year and 3 months, because I keep saying a year, but it's really like a year and 3 months now.
More than a year. Yeah, more than.
And what we're going to do is we're just going to pick out not even, I don't want to say our favorites, not highlights, not best of by far. These are just some things that stuck out to us that we thought we'd like to show again. A lot we have shown over the year and 3 months. So we're looking at things that maybe we haven't seen as much. Folks that have been with us almost every open and out mic night, and some who have joined us along the way.
Yes. I'm excited.
I like your hat.
Yeah.
Your hat.
My hat is my Pride Lieutenant hat for our virtual gay Pride parade. Yeah.
You are our virtual Pride Lieutenant, so I salute you.
I probably messed that up, but yeah, something like that, right?
It's all good. It's all good. So let's, before we start the performances and get into it, I would like to talk about this week has been special. We've had, every week and every night at the Power Hour is special. I only think out of all the 300 plus shows we've had, I only think we have one bad show, and I'll go to my I'm not going to go to my grave because I'm not going to a grave. I'm donating this lovely body of science. But as I go to the great beyond, I will never share that secret publicly of which show I think didn't work as well as it should have. But every other show I think was magnificent.
Good.
So, but this week has been even above and beyond. Last night we had our friend, and this is just unbelievably, Adam Gopnik, who's this author, essayist, and one of the greatest thinkers, I think, of our modern era. And he comes to us once a month and shares his ruminations. And he was really on point last night, talking about what the new normal is going to look like, what New York looks like, and what we can expect. So if you didn't get to see it, you can go back and see that. We had Giselle Barretto Futterman, who is the second lady of Pennsylvania, and just an incredible explosion of kindness and empathy. And it was really a special night for us. And then, of course, we had David Camp on the eve of the paperback release of Sunny Days, which is a celebration of the revolution in children's television in the 1970s. And he brought along two of his friends, now our friends, Emilio Delgado from Sesame Street, Luis, and Bernadette Yao from Zoom. So, man, it's been a stellar week. And we also had a wonderful poet, Kalisa Ray, who was so strong and so powerful in what she shared with us. She read some of her poems, and she shared how she got to those poems, her journey to get there. So all these previous episodes are available in the archives of the Social Justice Power Hour videos on our Facebook page. But
I just put the links down below.
You did. Well, that's for the guests that are coming up. So well done. You're a little ahead of the game. So Haley and I are working from a disadvantage because our dedicated volunteer, Chris, who's usually with us, took the night off, which is a rarity. So he is off having a nice time with his family. Wish him the best. So we're going to try to cover as much as we can for him and for you, our audience. But coming up, as Haley just shared with you the link, you can see all these folks. This is great. This is Saul Osterlitz, and he is a pop culture critic, wrote this book, Generation Friends. I'm sure you all know that the Friends are having a reunion, and no matter how you might feel about that, some of us are excited about that, and some of us are like. But as we've been binge watching over the past year, you must have done this too, right, Haley? You're watching these shows and you see the seams in these shows. You see the seams showing. You see like there are social or racial or sexual inequities in these shows that really seem to kind of stick out now that we didn't notice before, perhaps.
Yeah, I find it hard to watch some like older shows. I think, what was it? Just Shoot Me. I was watching that the other day and I was just like, oh, this is going to be so cringe. And it was cringe. And there's a lot of social issues that we can talk about now.
And so this is great. So Saul's going to be with us to talk about that. And I think it'd be really interesting to kind of maybe piece together how we can watch them through a new lens. So I'm pretty psyched about that. Going in a totally different direction, Let the Lord Sort Them, the rise and fall of the death penalty. I'm really inspired about this conversation with Marie Shama, who is also a journalist with the Marshall Project. We haven't dealt with the death penalty enough on the show, so I'm looking forward to really having a meaningful conversation. And then speaking of Surviving the White Gaze, Rebecca Carroll, this book is incredible. She wrote about her journey as being adopted by a white family and how that was for her growing up. Jill Sobule, who I mentioned earlier, and we'll see a performance from tonight, because how could we not? She'll be back on the show with her old friend and our friend now, John Doe from X. Changing the Game, you know about this. This is a wonderful documentary about transgender athletes in sports. Shane Diamond, who's one of the folks behind that, is going to be with us. And this is wonderful. It's on the night before it premieres on Hulu, so we can get ourselves set to really be inspired by this great and very meaningful right now documentary. David Brzezinski, who we'll see tonight, comes to us every first Friday, our folk First Fridays, and you and I have both learned to
appreciate folk music.
Folk music.
Definitely.
He has taught us that wonderfully, and he's going to do a whole bunch of songs that he's learned just for Virtual Pride to kind of get us in the mood for Virtual Pride the next weekend. Songs of dignity and diversity. So we're very looking forward to that. We're also looking forward to this Punch Me Up to the Gods, Punch Me Up to the Gods. This book came out this week, and it has been nothing but blowing up all over the place. You can't read a newspaper, magazine, an internet article. You can't go on Tinder, Grindr without hearing about this book. Punch Me Up to the Gods. The author, Brian Bloom, is going to be with us. That's going to be kicking off Pride for us, so we're pretty absolutely over the moon about that. And then finally, speaking of Virtual Pride 21, who I said we just heard Sam Sparrow is going to be with us. That great song Silver and Gold, and this gentleman right here, Billy Porter, who
just that guy. Okay. Billy Porter.
Not just a shout out. Last year he was incredibly gracious and gave us a beautiful shout out. This year he believes in what we're doing so hard that he's actually giving us an exclusive performance. So you won't be able to see this performance by Billy Porter anywhere but our Virtual Pride. And we have Jill Sobule, and we have John Doe from X, and we have Jane Lynch, and we have, oh my gosh, so many folks. Wesley Stace, Michelle Elizabeth Brown. We have Maggie Smith. My brain can't even pop enough of the names out, but you don't want to miss it. Put a rainbow heart on your calendar. And
when is that?
June 12th. June 12th. All right. So that's what we have coming up. But let's talk about what we have tonight. Tonight, as we said, it is Flashback Friday. The kids love it. We love it. It's time to talk about and see and enjoy and really relish in the community we've built over the past year and 3 months.
3 months. So like 15 months.
That's exactly right. Well done.
That's math. Wow.
Math. Our first performer is someone who came at us early in the Power Hour before we had really, we've created quite a platform. We're really proud of the folks that we draw in, the audience that we are able to gather together virtually. And we thank you all for coming. But before you all came, there were some people who believed in what we were doing. And this gentleman right here is someone who I grew up really digging, the music, someone who many of us from New Jersey and across the nation grew up listening to. Dramarama was a band that had a huge hit in Anything, and just made.
I know that one.
You know that one. Through the years, and John Easdale came to us. This was the first song he did for us on the Power Hour, and since then he has always been here for us. Any special event we have, whether it's our holiday safe space, our Valentine's, our various special, or Virtual Pride. All of them, he's always been with us and always will be with us, and we treasure his friendship and his talent, his energy, and his spirit. So this is the very first song that he gave to us, and I just think it's just the cat's meow.
Bee's knees. Yeah.
The bee's knees. Let's get to it.
That's Misha. My name's John Easdale. I'm from a band called Dramarama. I'm here for the Bayard Rustin Center, and this song's called Brightside. On the outskirts of the in-crowd, people talk and people listen, and you hear the things you're supposed to, but it feels like something's missing. From the grapevine in the valley to the party line in Frisco, from the cell phone in the alley to the chairman of Nabisco. I may look good on the good on the outside, but I'm broken on the inside. Well, you said I had a dark side. Now I'm looking on the bright side. There's green grass on the other side. Upside, downside, inside, outside, my side, your side. East side, west side.
I love that laugh at the end. I love it. He's so happy and he's such a kind soul. And what I love about that is, I love that song. I know that song from their album, and it's a hard rocking song in the studio. And when he does that acoustically, it's just so heart wrenching and beautiful.
Yeah, it really speaks to you. So thank you very much to John for sharing that.
And we just got his submission for Virtual Pride, and it is gorgeous. I'll tell you this, it made my lovely bride cry last night when she heard it. So it's special. And we thank John for his friendship. And speaking of friendship, our next performers are, let's go to the other end of the spectrum. These are two folks who came to the Power Hour and started watching the show and watched almost every night, and then submitted this song from their Firescape. So this is Ida and Al, and it's a beautiful little ditty. That's what it is.
Moon river wider than a mile, I'm crossing you in style someday. Oh, dream maker, you heart breaker, wherever you're going, I'm going your way. Two drifters off to see the world. There's such a lot of world to see. We're after the same rainbows and waiting round the bend. My huckleberry friend, moon, river, and me.
There's everything about that is just absolutely perfect. From their bare feet, right? I mean, like if you were to stage that.
No, I was thinking the same thing. I was like, it just looks so picture perfect. You just want to get on the balcony with them and just chill. It's beautiful.
And I want to take a moment. We've been going full force since we started tonight, and I want to take a breath, and I want to thank you. I'm not sure, we have a lot of folks who watch regularly, but for those of you that don't know, Haley brings so much of this to our Fridays, to our open mic. This is something that you shepherded in the before times when we had a physical space in Princeton. You held our open and out mic nights there. And the moment we started the Power Hour, you were one of the first people I came to and said, how do we do this, first of all? And you helped us really platform it. So thank you for that.
Literally find the platform.
Yeah, that's true. And then as we move forward, I said, you know what? We need to bring the open out mic night to our virtual stage. And we worked out how we would do that. We brought old friends and made new ones. And that's what we're doing tonight, is looking back. But our oldest and dearest friend to the open out mic night is you.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
So speaking of
I was just gonna say, speaking of old friends, especially to open mic night, Kara Enns is a wonderful person, a wonderful artist, and I remember before I even started hosting the open mic nights, just going and seeing her performance day, and play the guitar for like everyone. She was awesome for herself, and she was just so selfless and amazing to be there for other people. And she also donated equipment to us when we needed it. Was it a sound system or a speaker?
Yeah, beautiful speaker and a mic. So she was literally and figuratively amplifying voices.
Yeah. We've used that for other events as well, given us a platform to stand on. So thank you, Kara. And we've got a wonderful song that she's performing for us tonight.
Well, I love this. I want to say two things before we start. I'm sorry. I love stories. I was looking through all her performances, and she does a cover of a Dar Williams song, right? And what's amazing to me is that we had Kara on the show doing a cover of a Dar Williams song, and since then we've had Dar on the show a few times. So it's really a nice full circle of what we're able to accomplish and have these friends in all these different universes colliding and collaborating and becoming friends themselves.
I'm thinking, I'm like, I wonder if Dar will do a cover of Kara's songs.
Oh, see, I like this. Look at you. Always thinking. That's why you're lieutenant. And then the other part of this is we've also had all these wonderful special occasions on the Open and Out Mic Night. We always try to have it be meaningful for something that is coming up, whether we get out the vote, or we do Valentine's or various, or we do something to do for the holidays, or for Pride. You know, before Pride, we do an Open and Out Mic Night to celebrate Pride. This was something that you also put together. You put together an incredibly fabulous birthday party for me. And it was super special, and it was so meaningful, and you got some amazing folks, one of whom was Kara, and she did this song. So thank you both for that.
I do my hair toss, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling? Good as hell. Good as hell. Baby, how you feeling? Feeling good as hell. Good as hell. Woo, child, tired of the bullshit. Go and dust your shoulders off and keep it moving. Yes, Lord, trying to get some new shit in there. Swimwear, going to the pool shit. Come now, come dry your eyes. You know you a star, you can touch the sky. I know that it's hard, but you have to try. If you need advice, let me simplify. If he don't love you anymore, just walk your fine ass out the door. I do my hair toss, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling? Good as hell. Good as hell. Baby, how you feeling? Good as hell. Good as hell. Woo, girl, need to kick off your shoes. Gotta take a deep breath, time to focus on you. All the big fights, long nights that you've been through. Got a bottle of tequila and a saver for you. Boss up and change your life. You can have it all, no sacrifice. I know we did you wrong, we can make it right. So go and let it all hang out tonight. If he don't love you anymore, walk your fine ass out the door and do your hair toss. Check my nails, baby, how you feeling? Good as hell. Good as hell, baby, how you feeling? Feeling good as hell. Feeling good as hell. Good as hell. If he don't love you anymore, walk your fine ass out the door and do your hair toss, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling? Good as hell. as hell. Baby, how you feeling? Feeling good as hell. Hair toss, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling? Feeling good as hell. Good as hell. Good as hell. Feeling good as hell. Feeling good as hell. Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
That was a happy birthday indeed.
It was, and all you folks watching out there, I so recommend going back and watching that show. We had some amazing folks, some amazing shout outs. It's amazing.
I did a little something.
You did a little something. You did a little something. You did a lot of something.
Yeah, there was a lot going on that night. A lot of awesome people shouting out and performing.
A lot of shaking and baking. All right, what's next? What are we doing next?
Next up, we have our dear friend Michelle Elizabeth Brown will be joining
Oh my
us.
gosh.
Talk about laughing at the end that you love. Love her laugh, love her face, love everything she does. She's just amazing, and just want to spend time with her and be her best friend.
You do. You like. She is so warm and loving, and she has this laugh that is the very definition of infectious. But you have to know that she is boots in the ground, fierce. Like you don't want. She does the work. She is one of these people that inspires me on a daily basis. She's freaking amazing.
She's like that, like sweet grandma. I'm not to say that she's old like a grandma or anything, but like like the sweet grandma who is super fierce. They're like loving and then like will handle business kind of thing.
And I cannot recommend highly enough everyone out there, check out, she has her own podcast called Collections by Michelle Elizabeth Brown, and it is phenomenal. And I'm not just saying that because I've been on it twice. She has some amazing guests, and she herself is a phenomenal activist, organizer, poet, and inspiration. So without further ado, we've built her up. I hope that she lives up to the hype.
Oh, she will.
Genome Project. I am not an anomaly, some mistake, even worse, a sin. I am unique, one of a kind. That's right, unique. Me with my bad self. Part of the same genome. Black, brown, white. I'm as old as yesterday and new as tomorrow. I am a two-spirited being. Same gender loving and sister, brother, friend. I'm LGBTN, very queer, but human, just like you. I am magnificent, I am glorious, and yes, at times, I'm a real piece of work. I am you, I am me, the same genome. I am free. I'm Michelle Brown, and I wish you a very happy Pride.
And that was for last year's Pride, and Michelle will be back for this year's as well. And we are honored by her being with us.
She's amazing. Definitely does not look old enough to be a grandma.
Yeah, you have to walk that shit back right there. I'm not getting involved. I'm not speaking onto that.
No. Beautiful woman.
All right, who's next? Because you and I will talk all night. Who's next?
Someone really close to you. I think
know.
like
so
they
here's
like
the thing.
actually live with you.
This kid is so talented that nepotism be damned if I wasn't going to have him on the show whenever he would deem us worthy to be on this show. And this is, if I'm not mistaken, this is like one of our first shows ever. And what I love about this is, one, you can see in the nascent stages how different our studio looked like. You can see how talented this motherfucker is. And also, what we do here is we show the other performers that night enjoying this song so much and getting into the groove. And for the first time at this point, probably in months or years, I see my son smile. So it was magical all the way around. So here is someone near and dear to my heart, and one of the most talented people I know, and that's an honest to goodness fact. Super Jack, everybody, for your listening pleasure.
Sleeping in all day till the afternoon. Chasing everything, all thoughts of you. But I gotta get through, gotta go through, gotta get through all this pain. Yes, I can't go through, can't go through, can't go through this again. Grab my jacket, go out, get away. Bringing all my bags, new place to stay. But I feel for you, waiting for you, I need to show you how I feel. But I can't go through, can't go through, can't go through this again. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh,
I'm cracking up at like thing in the background, snapping fingers.
What I loved is I'm watching you here live tonight in the green room down below, and you're doing the same exact thing you were doing that night when we show you. And I'm like, she's not doing that on purpose. That's just who she is. She got that music in her. And that song is Beat 20. So when you go to look up all his music, you can find that and all the rest of it. Brilliant stuff. And he's going to make a lot of incredible music. He already has, but he's going to.
Yeah. His links are down below. There's his music on different media platforms, so check him out.
Indeed. And here's an artist who we're trying to help her out. She needs. I think that one of the things that's really important here in the Power Hour is to amplify lesser known voices, folks who don't really have a platform. So please give this young, very little known artist your ears tonight, and maybe we can help out because she really. I think that it would be nice if we can be of service to those who need a platform for their music to be heard. So without further ado, an old new friend of ours.
I'm coming now. Jenny came over and told me about Fred. He's such a hairy behemoth, she said. Dumb as a box of hammers, but he's such a handsome guy. And I opened up and I told about Larry. And yesterday how he asked me to marry. Not giving him an answer yet. I think I can do better. And we laughed, compared notes. We had a drink, we had a smoke. She took off her overcoat. I kissed a girl. I kissed a girl. She called home to say she'd be late. He said he worried, but now he feels safe. I'm glad you're with your girlfriend. Tell her hi for me. Then I looked at you, yeah, guilt in your eyes, but it only lasted a little while. Then I felt your hand above my knees, and we laughed at the world. They can have their diamonds and we'll have our pearls. I kissed a girl. Well, I kissed a girl, our lips were sweet. She was just like kissing me. Kissed a girl that changed the world. I'm so glad I kissed a girl. I kissed a girl. And we laughed at the world. They can have their diamonds and we'll have our pearls. 1, 2. I kissed a girl for the first time. I kissed a girl and I may do it again. Well, I kissed a girl, her lips were sweet. She was just like kissing me, but better. I kissed a girl. Well, I kissed a girl who changed the world, and I'm so glad I kissed a girl.
I think that's amazing for so many reasons.
Tell me.
Well, one is that's Jill Sobule. I mean, boom, right there, exclamation point, right? Self-professed two-hit wonder. But we've learned over these past couple of months as she's become our musician in residence that she is so much freaking more than that. And she will be co-hosting Virtual Pride 21 by the freaking way. And the fact that Mike Hotpence, a.k.a. Glenn Pinnell, now one of our board members here at the Center too, brought her to the virtual stage at one of his variety hours, which you also have to dial up. And just the relationships that we've built, it's to me, it's the very essence of what I dreamed this would be when we first started the Power Hour.
And here it is. Here it is.
We've also forged relationships with labels, and this label is Trans Trenders. And Trans Trenders is an incredible music label that amplifies transgender musicians, many BIPOC, Black, Indigenous people of color, and extraordinary music, extraordinary musicians, extraordinary mission. And we were thrilled for a good while to have a strong relationship with Apollo Flowerchild, one of their artists. And I found this number, which we actually never showed in the Power Hour. Apollo gave us this number, and somehow it fell through the cracks, as it were. So this is, so to speak, a world premiere of the incredible Apollo Flowerchild, and you'll see all the talent and energy and spirit that this musician has, and we are utterly thrilled that we can